Real people, real cases. This is Verdict Watch.
Very well. Deputy Caulfield, who would you like us to take up next?
Tierra Osborne.
Tierra Osborne. We are on the record in 2023, TR 3181, State of Kansas versus Tiara Jaleesa Osborne, Jared Regier for the state, the defendant in person and pro se. And I show that there is at least one or more suspensions for failure to appear and take care of these charges, Miss Osborne.
I only know about one.
Well, it's one suspension, but it's for not taking care of this. Let's see. Clerk of the District Court, Destiny, entered a file note February 21st of 2025. After speaking with SS from the CA office, understanding of what was happening in the case at this time is as follows. There was a mix-up with the wording in a diversion agreement for the defendant. Because of this, the defendant did not appear for court date, and the bench was ordered by the judge. When the mistake was found, the CA office called the clerk's office to say they would not be filing the warrant at this time due to their mistake, and would ask judge to set aside the warrant at the next hearing. A hearing was scheduled for March 19 at 9 a.m. to get the defendant back on the docket, and so the CA's office could explain what has happened. Unfortunately, a suspension on the defendant's license had already been ordered at this time due to the defendant not appearing for the last court date. The clerk informed the CA's office of this and that the suspension could not be removed by the clerk until the ticket was paid or an order was made by the judge. If anything were to be ordered, there would need to be specific wording, depending if the suspension would need to stay on the defendant's driving record or be removed from their record entirely. And notification of this fact was also emailed to the county attorney's office. Okay, so does that pretty much sum it up, Mr. Regier, that a diversion agreement has been modified and that I need to order the bench warrant set aside and that the suspension be removed because it was put on in error?
With all due respect, Your Honor, I'm showing that a proposed order was submitted by my office and it does appear to have been signed by Your Honor. It looks like it was filed with the court on or about February 21st.
Does it show all those items I just said?
That is the state's understanding based off my review of the document, Your Honor.
All right. So then why do we have this on the docket today?
Your Honor, the order that I previously referred to does appear to schedule the current case for hearing on the 19th of March 2025 at 9 a.m. It does appear that a diversion agreement was circulated by my office previously in December. However, I am not showing that an diversion agreement has been filed with the court at this juncture. Therefore, it is the state's position that it is appropriate to take this matter up again on the docket.
All right, Miss Osborne, your charges initially included count 1, operating a vehicle without registration or with expired tag, and count 2, driving without insurance, both on September 29th of 2023. Your first appearance on that charge before the court would have been April 17th of 2024, a year ago. You said you were going to apply for diversion. That was April 17th of 2024. You were going to apply for diversion. July 16th, you missed the next court date. October 16th, you appeared, you waived your right to attorney and wanted to go to trial, so we set it for trial. We came in January 29th of 2025 for trial. Trooper Grunder was here, but he failed to appear again. February, that was January 29th. February 14th, the defendant wanted to apply for diversion again. And that's when the county attorney said wording in the agreement may have gotten mixed up.
Ma'am,
Hang on. And they were not going to be filing a warrant. And then I told you about everything that happened on the 21st. So you did not apply for diversion after telling me in February of 24 you were going to. Is that correct?
yes, ma'am. Did I mishear you? Did you say that on the 29th that I was not here?
I don't think I said the 29th. Let me double check.
The
What date?
January 29th, I think.
July 16th. No, July 3rd, you missed court. You missed court on July 3rd. You missed court on January 29th.
No, I was
Yes.
here. Because
No,
we were
that's
in a
not-
different room at the time, and they dismissed it because somebody wasn't, or not dismissed it, but they gave me a different court date because somebody wasn't here.
All right. Well, my notes say you did not appear. I issued a bond forfeiture and set your bond at $4,000 cash for surety. Then on February 14th, almost a month, well, it wasn't quite a month later. That's when the county attorney, I think, started saying that there was confusion on the language of the diversion. So I have you down for 2 failures to appear. In any event, we need to get this case resolved.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not continuing this again for you to apply for diversion because it sounds like they gave it to you and you didn't take it. So
I was having financial issues. I had the money and then I was having issues with my car and I had to use that money that I had set aside for my car. But I have the money today if I'm able to pay it.
well, I've given you over a year to get your diversion. I've had it set for trial and you didn't show up. Now you're telling me you want to start all over with diversion again?
Yes, ma'am. Like I said, I have the money today if I'm able to pay it to get it over with.
Okay, now this is money for the contract, not the application, Mr. Regier. Didn't I understand you correctly when that she actually was approved?
Your Honor, based off my notes, it would appear that a diversion application was received and approved by my office in November of 2024, and subsequently a diversion agreement was circulated by my office in December of 2024. I do, however, have a note that would appear to indicate the diversion agreement was due approximately 2 months ago. So I'm not sure what the court wants to do with that.
Do you have the money to complete the diversion or just the money to file the contract and then you're going to owe more money later?
I have the money, the $250 for the diversion.
Is that an application fee or does that include fines?
I'm not sure. I was told that I was to pay $250 and then I had other fees for like the court. But I have the $250 today for the diversion.
When are you supposed to make your next payment if you do that?
Paper said in August. I'm not sure the date, but it said that the rest for like the court fees and stuff had to be due by August.
Well, you understand that if you keep going at the rate you have so far, if we get to August and you don't have it paid as you promised you would on your contract, then your diversion will be revoked. You'll probably be convicted on the trial on stipulated facts that you agree to. That's what stipulated means. And then you'll be found guilty. So are you sure you want to proceed with diversion? I'm not
Yes,
trying to
ma'am.
talk you into it or out of it, but I want you to be aware.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And she'll have to talk to your diversion coordinator to see if it's still an option, Mr. Regier.
Your Honor, that would be the state's understanding. At this juncture, I do not have any notes from the diversion coordinator one way or the other.
Original charges were tags and insurance. And you have insurance on your car?
Yes, ma'am. Tags and insurance.
Because that is, I know, a condition. Do you have any other charges pending anywhere?
No, ma'am.
No other courts?
No, ma'am.
Well, the county attorney must have really opened up they must have laxed their diversion rules, because I show that you had a 21 speeding conviction, and then you have this 23 traffic case that you haven't taken care of. But they have granted you the diversion, or had, subject to payment. I'm going to set this over reluctantly one more time. I'm going to set it over 1 week from today.
Yes, ma'am.
You either be a granted diversion, or you be back here. In fact, I'm just going to tell you to be back here 1 week from today
Okay.
with proof that you've been diverted. If not,
that-
be ready to enter a plea or get back on the trial docket and don't miss it.
Is that something that I'll receive in the mail?
No, you're going to walk down to the county attorney's office right now and see what they need you to do.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
If they'll take your case, if they'll keep you on diversion.
Okay.
It's not a good thing when you have legal obligations and then you just ignore them for a year or two. Whatever your reason is, even if it's a good reason, it's not a wise decision to just ignore them. All right, that's the order of the court. You'll be continued on your bond with the condition that you come back Monday at 9.
Okay.
Thank you. And Mr. Regier, if you'll let me know at the top of that docket if she's diverted or not. Well, it should be in the computer if she's diverted. All right.
Next up is Anita Moore, last name Moore.
We're on the record in 24 CR 3278, State of Kansas versus Anita L. Moore. Jared Regier for the state. Miss Moore in person and pro se. You're here on one count of a registration violation or expired tag. You might be eligible for diversion. I didn't see any history on the Odyssey system. Do you want to look into diversion like we were talking about with the other lady, where you pay fines, costs, and a diversion fee, and they dismiss the ticket upon proof of registration now? Or do you?
I was guilty of it. I mean, unknowingly, I was
And if
bedridden
you want
for the
to-
last.
Ma'am, if you want to waive your right to attorney and
Oh.
plead guilty, I will entertain that, but the diversion program might keep you from having a conviction on your record. It's up to you.
Oh,
You want to look into that?
yeah.
You have to go online and look at the website and fill out an application online.
Okay.
And then the county attorney will send you a contract in a week or two, and you have to sign that and send it back. Both steps require money, and I don't think it's really cheap. Nothing in this business is cheap as it is anywhere in life. But do you want to
Like
look
how
into
much?
that? How much?
Like-
I don't know. You'd have to look
Okay.
online. I will tell you that the fine on this could be up to $2,500, and the jail sentence could be 30 days to 6 months. But if you're diverted, then there will be no jail time. The charge would ultimately be dismissed, and they probably are going to fine you somewhere on the very low end, around 50, 100, 200 at the most, probably. I'm just
Okay.
speculating. It's not my program, and I could be dead wrong on it, but do you want to look into it?
Well, yes, I had a perfect driving record until this happened.
Okay, well, you may be able to keep it perfect if you do the diversion right,
All right.
but don't ignore it till a week before court and say, oh, I need to
Oh,
apply for
no,
diversion.
no, I won't.
All right, Jen, when's our next court date? Oh, Destiny, I'm sorry. Destiny, when's our next court date?
That's okay, Your Honor. We have June 18th.
All right. You should well be diverted by then, but if for some reason you're not, you need to be back here before me by Zoom June 18th at 9 a.m.
Okay.
All right.
Do I pay
Nothing further?
anything to do?
Not today,
Okay.
right there. I'll
You
tell
make
you.
it?
Oh, okay. I don't have my glasses.
Go online and get that applied for.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching Verdict Watch. New court drama every day. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a case. Leave a comment with your thoughts. We're watching too.